introduce to others a young lady that's going to share some inspirational information that can help you make your day count. She is a beautiful wife, a loving mom. She's a new grandmother. She has just had the pleasure of witnessing the miracle of another grandbaby, a little bundle of joy just 2 short days ago. She's a former electrical engineer by trade. She loves God, she loves people, and she loves life. So without further ado, I would love to present to you this morning my national director going global, my 6-figure income earner going 7, Miss Gwen Watson. Miss Watson, have you made it to the line?
I have. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Miss Watson. Take it away.
Awesome and amazing. Stand by.
Great morning,
All right,
everyone.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Make Today Count. My name is Gwen Watson. I will be your presenter for today. I am so humbled and honored to have been brought to the line by Mr. Tyrone Thomas Jr. He's a up-and-coming rising star in a company that we'll tell you about later. But this is not an industry call, ladies and gentlemen. This is a call that was inspired by our visionary, Mrs. Janella Simpson. Ladies and gentlemen, she was dealt with so until she refused to go into 2017 without getting it done. We are all so humbled and honored to be led by her and her incredible and amazing husband, Mr. Jeff Simpson Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, today's subject, and I must give a shout out to Ms. Simpson, who actually kicked this off on Monday. And then on yesterday, the powerful, I call her the little lady with the big stick, CEO Panya Dotson. She just took us to a whole nother level. Ladies and gentlemen, these calls can be instantly replayed after the call. But what I want to do right now is give you enough time to grab a pen and paper, because I prayed for you while you were sleeping. That's right. I said it. I prayed for you while you were sleeping, because I asked him, what can I share today with you all that took time out of your busy schedules to get on this line to hear something that you might be able to take away and share with others. And it came to me that I need to share with you, it's never too late to begin again. I'll say it again. My theme for today is it's never too late to begin again. And then as I began to have conversations with him, he and I'm on a first name basis with him, but different things began to come to mind. And all through the day and all through the night, I kept saying, okay, what can I say? Well, here's what he shared with me to say. And I'm going to it may appear that I'm all over the place, but there are things that need to be said, because there are individuals on this line that need to hear it. So if I say something that really doesn't seem to apply to you, just write it down, because I've been on this planet for over a half a century, and I promise you, history repeats itself. So get those doing the right thing journals out and prepare to take off. Okay, so it's never too late to begin again. And I'm going to share with you some of the people that, just imagine if they would have said it's too late to begin in. Some of them you may recognize, some of them you may not recognize. For instance, the Colonel from KFC was well over 60 when he started with that idea of 11 spices and herbs. Some of you all may not know who he is, but you probably know Kentucky Chicken. Just imagine, he went to 52 banks and they turned him down. Just imagine if he said to him, I'm too old, I can't do this. Then I'm going to share with you about another lady that she's deceased now, but she's an industry leader and icon, and you all probably recognize her company because there are pink Cadillacs that are driving all over the world. This same lady, when her husband divorced her and left her with 2 small boys to go on her own, in a time where women were supposed to be quiet, stay home, barefoot, and pregnant, she went to 42 different banks asking for help. And most of those individuals said to her, you should be home. You should be ashamed of yourself out here trying to start a cosmetic company. How dare you? No, I'm not going to give you any money. No, you have no credit. You all know that no credit is worse than bad credit. But she proceeded to continue to ask. You now know that company today as Mary Kay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late to begin again. I'm going to share with you another person that you may or may not have heard about. There's a gentleman that's an actor, and his name is Samuel L. Jackson. Imagine, all his life he had been trying to get into the acting field. But guess what? He did not get his first movie opportunity until he was 42 years old. If you don't know who Samuel L. Jackson is, how about Morgan Freeman? Morgan Freeman landed his first major movie role at the age of 52. Okay, let me go backwards. Since y'all saying I'm talking about all these old folks. Tina Fey. You all are probably familiar with her. She was working at the age of 23 at the YMCA, trying to make her way. You don't know who Tina Fey is? Okay, let's try this one. Oprah Winfrey. I'm sure you've heard of her before. At the age of 23, she was fired in her career. She was told that you don't have the look for this industry and you definitely don't have the talent. Imagine if she would have said to herself, okay, I'm going to listen to you instead of listen to my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it is never too late to begin again. Today, you can start today to make this day count. Let me give you another one. J.K. Rowling. Some of you all know her as the author for Harry Potter. Ladies and gentlemen, at the age of 28, she was suicidal. She was a parent living on welfare. She just wanted to totally quit. Why am I sharing this with you? Let me go to more current news. Just yesterday, some of you all have heard of this pop star, Miss Janet Jackson. She just birthed her first child, a little boy, at the age of 50. Ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late to begin again. So you're saying, okay, well, that's great, but come on with it. I need to hear something better than that. Okay, so how can you, let's take it to you and me, because when I talk to you, I'm talking to myself. This is just a little fireside chat we're going to have together. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to you and to me, every day, what are you doing when you get up in the morning? What are you saying to yourself? What are you doing that's constantly causing you to experience the same thing over and over, expecting that you're going to hopefully get a different result? You know, that's the definition of insanity, right? You do the same thing over and over. I know a lot of us decided that we were going to do those New Year's resolutions. And ladies and gentlemen, we're in an industry where we studied and we already know what the top 3 resolutions are. You want to make more money, you want to lose weight, and you want to get closer to God. Well, we're going to be sharing later with you how you can do that first 2, and we'll pray with you on that third one. But why am I saying this to you? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do something different. Change. I'm going to give you some acronyms, so I want you to write it down and just stick it on your bathroom mirror. Change stands for choose happiness and never give excuses. If you're 98% of the world does on a daily basis. And if you're doing this is one of those things that you're going to have to change. People get up in the morning, a lot of people, statistics say 98%. I'll be lenient. Let's just say 90%. Let's say the other 10% are all positive. But 90% of people get up every day. The first thing they do is they grab their cell phones to go to the internet, or they turn on their televisions to go to the negative news network. Ladies and gentlemen, what are you doing? Change, choose happiness, and never give excuses. Some of you go to YouTube and talking about Muhammad Ali fights. I'm talking about fights in the hood. What did so-and-so say to whomever? Some of you all are recording those, we used to call them, and I'm getting ready to show my age, we used to call them soap operas. But it's your modern day soap opera with those reality shows. You know the ones I'm talking about, the housewives and the... I can't keep up with them. That just goes to show I tuned them out. I turned them off. Why? Because none of these are causing income to come into our households.
That's right.
So what you want to do,
guys, give it up for Gwen Watson. She's doing an amazing job. Give her some hearts. Guys, share this video. This is some great information. She's giving history. She's giving you some great information about how you can be able to start off and never give up.
That'll help you really quickly.
Right from where you are.
Then some of us, ladies and gentlemen, we got to turn off some of our negative family members. Some of us got to turn off some of our negative friends. Yes. Some of y'all call them frenemies, but haters. Just for a short time, if it takes. Some of you all are in your jobs and you have coworkers that are constantly telling you how things can't be done. You ask them, what do you want for lunch? All they do is they tell you what they don't want. Now, that's not the question you ask them. See, it's so easier to go left instead of going right. 90% of people are walking around with a sticker on their forehead saying, please make me feel important. Okay, let's go back to another person that you may recognize. Imagine if this person would have quit and said, it's too late for me to begin again. This person went bankrupt 7 different times.
That's right, guys. Give her some heart. She's doing amazing.
Crazy. They told him to give up on the idea. They told him, why don't
share
you
this
go
video.
And get a
this is
going
to be able to help someone today
these are people that
was ready to give up, but this is going to be able to help somebody not give up on today. Like this video and share it.
What he did, he was smart enough to do Habakkuk 2:1. He wrote the vision. He made it plain so that when others saw it, they were able to run with it. Who am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen? This gentleman you know today as Walt Disney went bankrupt 7 times. So for those of you that are out there feeling sorry for yourself and said, they repossessed my car, that I lost my home, I lost this, I lent so-and-so money and they didn't give it back to me, that person hurt me. You just don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, let it go. It's never too late to begin again. I was listening this morning to a gentleman who started Google Maps, and he was telling the story about how when he and his brothers started back in 1998, headed for the worst depression / recession / worst times of a lot of our lives financially, ladies and gentlemen, they started what was called Google Maps. But when they started, you did not know them as Google Maps. You knew them as these 2 brothers that were trying to raise money to start this idea. See, each and every one of us have a vision and a dream in our bellies. You know that when you were little, you woke up. I look at my grandbaby and I look at her innocence and I say, wow, what happened between the time that we were born to where we are now? that innocence that you can take on the world. I'll share with you what happened. You got around those negative news networkers. You got around those negative news television stations. You got around those negative news friends that can always, especially the broke ones, they can always tell you how you cannot succeed and how things cannot work. So how are we going to make today count, ladies and gentlemen? Let's decide today, this day, that we are going to do things different than what we've been doing before. Even to the point of, I'm going to give you some simple challenges, because my ambassador always says, never talk to people without giving them a homework assignment. So not to worry, this homework assignment is going to be real easy. Okay? This is going to help enlighten you on what you need to do to change. Number one, you ready? I already told you. In the morning, tomorrow, I'll give you a head start. I'll give you a full 24-hour fast start. In the morning when you get up, if the first thing you do is turn on that clicker for that television, don't do it. It's going to be tough. Tonight, when you get ready to go to bed, if you're used to sleeping on one side of bed, sleep on the other. I'm giving you simple homework assignments. And I want y'all to give me some feedback as you do this, so we know if this is helping you. Tomorrow, when you get ready to go to work, instead of driving the same old way that you go every day to work, take a different route. And that's going to be real challenging for some of y'all.
That's good. Give her some hearts, guys. Give her some hearts. This is an awesome call. Gwen Watson is dropping some knowledge. She is going to help somebody today. Remember to make today count and never give up. Guys, share this video. This is going to help someone today.
Oh, that's going to be real tough for some of us. But just don't do it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the hearts. Gwen Watson is really opening my mind and really giving me some history to remember that not only us.
Don't let me talk to y'all anymore. But this is something we are here to help and inspire you.
That's right.
We are creating a community that we all are part of.
That's right.
We're all a family. We're here to support you in your up times and your down times. Yes. We're here to let you know you're not the Lone Ranger. You're not the only one going through something. I promise you. Our leaders, the higher the level, the bigger the devil. But not to worry, God is even greater than all of that. Just keep reminding yourself, today, I got to make today count.
That's right.
What one thing can I do to make today count? Even if it's, I slept on the other side of the bed last night. Even if it's, I went a different way. Hooray for you. We're going to cheer you on. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is about up, but I'm going to close out with a few more statistics of people, and I apologize. As you heard, I'm an electrical engineer by trade, so, documentation beats conversation any day of the week. I simply want to say to you that success is about doing things a certain way, over and over and over until it's accomplished.
That's right.
You simply need to focus.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for sharing. I love the hearts. I love the thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Your experiences.
I know this call is going to help someone today.
Yes, we've all made mistakes. See, me personally, I don't hang out with perfect people because I'm too imperfect.
That's right.
So if you're hanging out with those perfect people that are making you feel less, that's a hint and a clue. Change, choose happiness, and never give excuses. Simply detach. Doesn't have to be forever, but so that you can get yourself better. Those first 15 minutes, grab a book. If you just got to go to YouTube, go to a YouTube station that has inspiration and motivation.
Yes.
Instead of who's fighting and who's doing who.
That's right. Make today count.
Put in the work consistently, and you're going to see great results. Even while your people see, that's what a visionary is. You see things that other people can't. Just like Walt Disney. Walt Disney saw Disneyland and Disney World and Disney
Great information.
International.
Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you for sharing. Gwen Watson is doing an awesome, amazing job. I'm very inspired this morning.
And made it so plain while he was drawing that little black mouse, and they kept saying, "Why are you drawing that rat? Why are you doing that?" Nobody's going to buy into your vision. Nobody's going to buy into your dreams. And, oh, yeah, here's the new word. You stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let people call you stupid. Life and death are in the power of your tongue. Even when you speak to yourself, don't you dare call yourself stupid. You are great. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a miracle. Oh, my goodness. Every time I say miracle, I think of my grandbaby. Ladies and gentlemen, just go back in the recesses of your mind and relive over and over the great times in your life. And how do you remanufacture? How do you reproduce? How do you create? Post what you want to do. People are getting up, cook dinner, watch TV, go to bed, get up and do it again. No, you don't have to do this day, today. You can have an opportunity to come into another community that we documented millionaires in just over an only new organization. And in order for that to happen, we have to bless some people. Excuses. Every day at Monday through Wednesday, we are doing Get Your Pen and Paper. Because I'm getting ready to do something again that I might not be back on this after we get off the phone and listen to the blueprint of what they have laid out, $1 million to $2 million. That means a lot of people got to get paid. If you are one of those 1-901-1372. 1372. Then get back with the person that invited you to this call and tell them this company that we're part of has already created and listen to 15 minutes of motivational or inspirational, as opposed to Elizabeth Etopi. She's going to bring it like you have never heard it before. A better time. 9 today count, and it's never too late to begin again.
Wow. That was I really enjoyed that call. Just knowing that today I can make today count, and it is never too. I'm so excited about starting Today Count. Guys, that call was awesome and amazing. Miss Gwendolyn Watson did an awesome job. I mean, I am so inspired. I'm ready to start my day off. I'm ready to make today count. And now I know that it's never too late to start again, guys. It's never too late to start again. So I'm going to take those words with me today, and I'm going to definitely make today count. And I definitely hope, that you do the same. Thank you